This is readable, right? So this is what is currently on the beta server. We finally got hotkeys for roll and lock, some changes to the VFX. Nothing too crazy here. Something tells me this is going to make life frustrating for trackers again, but we'll see. Treasure select UI updated. When placing treasures, their place will be shown in the same selection. So I guess now it doesn't go from one screen to the other. Like, you pick the treasure. Right now, you pick the treasure, and then you pick which one to replace. I'm guessing that all happens on the same screen now. So you're not gonna pick a treasure, realize you don't want to replace anything, and be forced to replace something. Kind of cool. Seems Oni King is the next thing they're pushing to level 5. 7/7 that gives 7/7. So if you just buy an Oni King, slot it slot 1 with no other monsters, it's basically a 14/14, which isn't too crazy for level 5. As soon as you start adding in Mummy or Friendly Spirit, this starts getting very good, though. Interesting. So what, Oni King in the back with the slot 1 Mummy? Basically like 28 stats. The Mummy basically gets 14/14. And Oni King is a 14/14, assuming it gets to attack. It's better tempo on 5 than anything other than a Siren that hits. And then if you start adding more synergies too, like you have multiple mummies or you have mummies and friendly spirits. I don't know, this seems kind of strong on 5. Interested in seeing how that plays out. At least unlike with Pumpkin, it's not like it kills you super fast. It's not a token comp. It's not leaving a bunch of upgraded units lying around. Oh yeah, it also just works with Siren. Oh, wait. Huh. Yeah, I didn't even consider that. It makes Slay feel less terrible if you don't hit Yorm or get Lance rolling. I don't think Oni King's really a Slay unit. It's like just a good stuff unit. The units that it's good with are like Mummy, Friendly Spirit, kind of Siren, which I guess is a Slay unit. It's good with Baba Yaga, but I don't know, like the Slay units that are monsters are Ogre Princess, Chupacabra, and Vampire. If you're in Slay trying to scale a Slay unit, you really want that to be Lancelot. It's the only one that's getting a good amount of health. I don't know, maybe like Bad Moon Chup works. I haven't really been in the position to make it work. Yeah, it's pretty good with Shadow Assassin. True. Wombats. Level 2, 0/1, last breath, summon a random character, give it your attack and health. I feel like this isn't going to make it to live. This seems insane. Isn't this just like a better Black Hat in every way? I guess sometimes you'll get like a Mim out of it, and that's kind of bad, but even then, if this has any support on it, I'd be shocked if this makes it to live as a level 2. Last breath, summon a random character of your level. So it's not giving double. It's just summoning of a level. So it's not worth upgrading either, generally. Yeah, this is a weird unit. It's not even intuitive what the upgrade does. I'm really confused by this. This type of upgrade text seems like what they've been trying to avoid. Huh. Upgrades like Donkey's upgrade. Yes, but it's not clear what Donkey's upgrade would be otherwise. Where, like, with this, there's other precedent for, like, with Tweedledee giving double. Like, normally when you upgrade something, the ability gets doubled. If you were to double Donkey, I don't know if you would expect to get 2 random characters. No, right now, the Wombats doubles the attack and health that you're given. The new Wombats doesn't double, it just makes it a character of your level. It's just a really weird design. At least that's my first impression. Godmother. A 1/1. When one of your good characters dies, give your good characters 1/1 this Brawl. Why? Ew. It's a 1/1 stat line too. Isn't this just worse than current Godmother? It's probably not. It's a 1/1. So you need some kind of protection for it. If you have this with a peep, just don't things die in the right order. Yeah, the sheep are good characters. Does it give your good characters +1/+1 this Brawl? No, it's not an aura, right? It's just the ones that you currently have. It doesn't interact with summons the way you'd want it to. It's like the same wording as Draxsaber. Just double checking. Draxsaber. When an enemy character dies, give your characters +2/+1 this Brawl. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I don't hate current Godmother. I pick it a reasonable amount of the time. The problem with Godmother right now is it doesn't build into anything. If you go too hard down the good route, you're kind of stuck doom rolling for good boys on 6. It's hard to get out of Godmother and like into Slay. Like sometimes you pick up a Lancelot with your Godmother because the Godmother procs it. But then finding that in between where you can slot in Baba Yagas and Grimsouls without taking out your Godmother is kind of awkward, because you're slotting in neutral and evil units on your Godmother board. So like if you upgrade Godmother and you don't want to be doom rolling for Good Boy, it's kind of the first thing you want to be cutting for your pivot. But I don't think it's an issue with Godmother necessarily, so much as just the current pool. Because a couple patches ago I didn't mind picking Godmothers, even post-nerf. I used to really like Court Wizard comps. That was what, before the Shoulder Fairies patch? Like the first Shoulder Fairies patch? That line's so bad you can't put it down without casting a spell on her. Yeah, like this dying to Falling Stars is really awkward. Like at least make it a 1/2. I don't think the payoff is that high on it. I guess like comparing it to Queen of Hearts, it compares pretty well. Buffs up your short shots. Yeah, I don't know. Giving more attack to your Lady of the Lakes and short shots is a pretty big deal compared to current Godmother. But right now it feels kind of redundant with Lady of the Lake. This Godmother works better with it. Like your slot 1. Yeah, I don't know about that. Tweedle. Tweedle moving to level 5 and getting a small buff to compensate. I don't hate it. They probably gotta do something. What does this mean for level 4? Oops. So what is there on 4 that's strong? It's like Vulture, Court Wizard, Heartwood Elder, Hippo, Romeo Juliet, Monster Book. Sporko gets a little bit worse without Tweedledee, but is still probably pretty good. Yeah, it's not completely empty. I like that it seems like level 5 is actually going to be pretty important between the Oni King and this. It's like 2 very good tempo units on 5. Where for the longest time, level 5 hasn't really had much. Or there's been like 1 good unit on level 5 per patch, as far as tempo goes. Like we went Shoulder Fairies into Pumpkin, into like kind of bossy. Nope, rip bossy. Gingerbread Knight, a new level 4 good prince, 7/7 plus 7/7 if you have 20 or less health. That's cool, I guess. It's a way to stabilize on 4, kind of, by a 14/14. It's a pretty big deal for heroes like Skip. This is so good on Skip. Skip's often in a position where he's just like buying random tempo puffs just to get a board together. And this is so much better than a tempo puff. APOC. Yeah, pretty nice for APOC as well. Though I think by the time APOC Now, I don't know if this matters much for APOC. By the time APOC's on less than 20 life, this doesn't matter as much. Unless you're like 2 XP up, or like maybe 1 XP up. A lot of the time, the problem with APOC is just like, you go from 15 to 0. You go from like 25 to 0 in 2 combats before you can hit 6. Where Skip both has that built-in XP lead, and usually dies much more incrementally. You're taking small hits because your board is just a little bit too weak. We haven't gotten there yet. Chill. Water Wraith. New evil monster, level 3 2/2. When a character beside me dies, I gain +1/+1 permanently. So it's a monster. You can play it with Cat and hope it doesn't get sniped. That was insane. Is it? If things die in the right order, it's, I guess, better than Vampire. Yeah, it's got token synergy. If you're slot 1 Cat, slot 2 this, then your Mim has to be on this. And Mim on this isn't that valuable. It's hard to get value on both sides of this, right? Beside me is directly adjacent. Bane combo with Wraith? How is this combo with Vampire at all? You want to be playing token units for this. Lightning Dragon beside it. That works. So like slot 1, token unit, slot 2, Water Wraith, slot 3, Lightning Dragon. The baby at 1 or 2 rounds and then it pops off. I mean, in 2 rounds to 6/6. Isn't that not good? Like if you're buying that on 3.0, on 3.2 you have a 6/6. Token, it's 3/3 at least. Well, no, with anything, it's at least 0/0, because your opponent can attack first and kill it. With token, it's probably 2/2. Because the token will attack, and then it will attack. Yeah, I don't know about Water Wraith. It seems kind of underwhelming. I'm just not sure what you want to do with it either. Uh-oh. New dwarf. Rumple. Level 6, 15/15. When one of your dwarves dies, +1 gold. We're gonna be rich. We're gonna be rich. Why is it level 6? What's the purpose of this? Match notes are here. Water Wraith, Old White? No. Old White was... You could just throw in slot 7. Finally enough gold to dig for Lordy. But you get it too late. Like, you're spending 6 gold on this instead of spending 6 gold looking for Lordy. Which I guess is fine if you're ahead by enough, or you have enough of a life buffer. But, like, econ units at level 6... seem weird to me. It seems like at that point in the game, you shouldn't be, like, trying to buy little econ edges. This is where, like, the game is ending. Ramping up to buy an econ unit just seems kind of weird. Level 6 units to triple for treasure. Yeah. Well, because it does give you your gold back pretty quick, right? If you think you're winning the next fight and like 5 of your dwarves are gonna die, then this pays for itself immediately. Just a weird thing to have at level 6. I don't know. That said, I mean, I don't... Like, it's too strong for 5. It's just too much econ for 5. I just don't know if a level 6 econ unit makes much sense in general. But we'll see. Leapfrog, level 5, animal 3/3. When one of your characters dies, summon me from the hand. I love it. I love it. This is Bearstein synergy, right? It's like another token that you can have sitting on your bench. which is good boy too. It's not good, is it? I think it's just neutral. Doesn't have a alignment tag. Oh, if you have crown, sure. I could see maybe buying this if I have Sporko plus ranged units as well. It's kind of interesting. 5 dilutes the 5 spool. Yeah, usually not all of these changes make it to live. And if stuff does make it to live, a lot of the time other stuff is getting cut. I wouldn't expect to see all of the new stuff getting pushed to the live server. Like, I think Fat Dragon has been in, like, 4 different betas and has never made it to live. Slay for the rest of the game. Characters in your shop have to 1/1. It's a spicy unit. Oh, man. Just, like, imagining stacking a bunch of Slays with Babas and Grimsouls. Building my own Embiggening Stone. I just don't know how often you can afford to play a level 5 Slay unit that isn't, like, plus tempo on Slay. So when does this start getting good? When you have, like, Baba plus Grimsoul? It's sort of okay. The Grimsoul gives you 2/2, and then its Slay gives you 2/2. Given you poly into it on 4.0. That's true, this thing is really good to cheat out. Just like slot 1 it. I guess that's the other thing, unlike something like Choop, you can just slot 1 this. If you cheat this out on 4, by the time you're buying a Baba Yaga, your Baba Yaga has like 6 attack. Getting a free treasure and finding a lance, yeah. It is also just a 12/8, like it's sort of fine tempo. It's like fielding a Neon, which I do a reasonable amount of the time. Nothing wrong with playing a Neon. Eh. Snow Angel. Buy 3 good characters, get a level 2 good character, then increase this ability by 1, stops working after getting a 6. So Snow Angel gets to turbo out a random level 6 good character. How many of those are there? Bearstein, Good Boy, Herc, Robin Wood, Green Knight. All of those are pretty good to get early. Baby Bear, Cupid, Lancelot. Hypes are less good. Maybe an early Lance lets you go Slay. Insta-win on 4. I don't know if it's insta-win. Like, Gingerbread Party gets worse as the game goes on. It's an advantage. But, like, the real scaling builds are gonna still outscale a bunch of Gingerbread Parties. Yeah, you can get Gingerbread Knight on 4. Pan Shadow, when you reach level 4, level 2 and 3 characters no longer appear in your shop. So Pan Shadow just turns into Staff of the Old Toad? Staff of the Old Toad is a good econ treasure. It's kind of cool. It's probably not as strong as Zilhua, but like it doesn't let you triple things quite as easily. I don't know. Staff of the Old Toad versus half-cost 6s. 2 gold off every 5, 1 gold off every 4. It's rough to buy only 4s and you don't have a ton of gold. Is it? By this point, your board's usually full. Do you want lower level units as well? Yeah, and sometimes you don't want Apocalypse to blow up your board. Gold do you have on natural 4? It's 9, right? You start on 8 plus 6. I don't know. This is interesting. I'm really interested in seeing how a hero that is just Staff of the Old Toad always plays out. I wonder if this like picks up faster than Zilhua does. You're just able to pair and triple your level 4s faster than Zilhua does. But it might be a little worse at 6. You don't pivot quite as well, but it's easier to force a comp. And I guess when I put it that way, I like Pan Shadow a lot less than Zell. Huh. The Fates. Your upgraded characters have +4/+4. The first character you buy is destined to upgrade. Shows up in bonus shop slot until you upgrade it. Skips questers. Seems kind of bad. I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. We'll see. I have a lot of respect for Staff of the Old Toad as a treasure. So what do you want to get with this? You can get Wizard's Familiar, Happy Tree, same stuff Gwen usually wants. If you get Sure Shot, you can go Royals. It's also a pretty big Sure Shot. It's a 8/6 with upgrades. An 8/6 ranged unit kind of carries. Take Pan Shadow, you can't take Staff of the Old Toad off your neons. True. I wonder if they'd remove Staff from Pan Shadow's treasure pool. Guaranteed egg treasures? Nuts. Is it? I guess egg treasure on Fates is pretty spicy. You're already incentivized to upgrade. Cinder 1, on 2 and 3, buy your first unit on 3. People are gonna try to do some nonsense on Fates. I think there's enough good 2s to upgrade. I wonder how often you're gonna roll on turn 1, though. Your shop's like Billy Gruff, Black Cat. I'll let you slay with your poly as much as you want. I'll keep getting up the shop until you triple. I think they said in the Discord that if you poly and the poly transforms, your bonus shop slot is whatever the poly transforms into. That is apparently a case that they thought of already. Bonus shop? It's like the slot for Piper's animals. TLK, your upgraded unit. Well, you could just upgrade it and then TLK the upgraded unit if you want to do it that way. Infinite set? I don't know. I don't know exactly how it works. I just know the one Woggle case. Avella. Your evil characters have +1 attack. They have an additional +1 attack for each of your animals that died this brawl. There's just a flat 1 attack in addition to the current ability. Okay. Before tournament? No. Dwarven Forge is gone! Whatever. I'm actually kind of glad this is gone. As someone who ends up in Dwarves a lot, and rarely is in Dwarves because of Forge, I kind of hate this treasure. I'll pick Forge expecting to be in Dwarves, and then shops don't go my way, and I end up not in Dwarves, and Forge does nothing. The treasure only leads to, like, really sad games or unnecessary blowouts. Dwarves are even more boring now. I don't think Forge was particularly interesting. Sky Castle. Only 2 copies to upgrade a prince or princess. Oh. We just... I mean, I guess it makes more sense with royals. They are technically the tribe that cares about upgrades. This doesn't lead to late game blowouts in the same way that Forge does. It's not like doubling your Lordies. It just like gives you your Arthurs easier. Dancing Sword, your evil characters have 1/1. Fountain of Youth, your good characters have 1/1. Eh. I kind of like the current versions. Like, Fountain of Youth's kind of bad. I don't know, it's whatever. They're both kind of bad. Trophy case. New level 2 treasure. Your Slay abilities work on defense. It's a level... Wait, level 2. This is scary. Trophy Hunter can't be stopped under any circumstance. I don't know about that. I feel like this is almost a bigger deal for, like, Lance Slay. I don't know. Like, with Trophy Hunter, their units are only so big, and the way that you stop them is... Well, stop them from slaying, at least, is usually by just, like, not letting them slay. You need to, like, attack over their big, Death Wish unit. I don't know. I guess... Nah, this is pretty nuts for, like, mid-game Trophy Hunter, right? Suiciding into a unit is too big to slay. No, this is when you're attacked and you kill the unit. So when you have, like, those big slay units that are only attacking once per combat, this lets you scale faster. But then you already, like, have to have a big slay unit. Yeah, this might just be, like, Trophy Hunter nonsense. Randomly win the game, do almost nothing for 2. I don't know that this is better than Bounty Board, outside of Trophy Hunter. Giant Lance in the front, but nothing can kill Slay 8 times rather than the 1. Yeah, exactly. Which sounds good, until you realize you have a Giant Lance that nothing can kill already. So does it really matter? It's kind of a big deal for Yorms. Oh, this is actually just, like, the nuts for Yorms. Seems way better for Choop. I mean, it guarantees you get a Choop proc off, but... I don't know. Like, that's, like, the fair use for it, right? If it's just guaranteeing that you get your 1 Choop proc off, then so what? Cool treasure. Glad it exists. But the scary situations for this is, like, you have a Yorm in the front line, and all of their stuff can't deal with Yorm plus Baba. Like, if you have an upgraded Baba in the back, a Grimsoul in slot 1, and the Yorm behind the Baba, the Grimsoul attacks, the Yorm gets +1... If it's unupgraded, it gets plus 60-60, right? Upgraded 120-120. So they need to have units that are bigger than 60-60 attacking in every time. Or range stuff, I guess. Range still very good against it. Yorm's already the best 6 in the game. I can respect that argument. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Given how much dislike there seems to be for Trophy Hunter in the community. A little surprised they're testing something like this. I wonder if the reasoning is just part of the frustration around Slay is that it can be frustrating to play. And Trophy Case existing takes away one of the frustrations from playing Slay, of, like, your Slay unit getting sniped and then just you dying. But, like, gating that behind a level 2 treasure, I don't know if that even solves the issue at all. Let me make sure... There's one note that's missing from here. I think we're allowed to talk about it? Checking the Discord. It's live, right? And there's people literally streaming the beta. So I guess we're allowed to talk about it. Burning Tree. Level 5 Treant. 520. Bonuses to its attack also add to your health. So sort of replacing old Shoulder Fairy's role in giving you some health for your Echo Woods in trees. You can slot it in with just like a Sporko on 5. It's a 10/25. Just better SF in trees. Not necessarily, but probably. If you have the Ashwoods already, because this actually synergizes with Ashwood, where Shoulder Fairies doesn't. Yeah, it's probably better in specifically trees. I don't know. It doesn't get like a ton of health from an early Happy Tree. And it doesn't really pick up until you get the Ashwood Elms. Like, on 5, this is worse than Shoulder Fairies was in trees, right? Oh, my bad. I'll go back to Brawl. Different stack. Okay. But yeah, so with the Sporko, it's a 10/25. With... What else are you doing to give this thing attack before level 6? Like, just Sporko. Like a Sting, yeah. We've got the treasures. Yep, any attack spell buffs the toughness. It's the code to get into the beta. If you are or were Mythic, you should have access to it if you go to the Discord. Yep, I believe Chi permanently buffs its HP too. That would make sense. Yeah, so treasures and Sporko, probably the main ways. So that'd be a weird thing to try to pick up before level 6. Oh, I guess it plays well with Heartwood Elder too, right? It effectively doubles the... It'll give you +2/+4 when Heartwood boosts you. It's kind of cool.